Xenonauts 2 is finally out and the early access development roadmap has been unveiled. Can they really pull it off in just 9 months when it took them over 5 years to reach early access? This phase will be a crucial test for the community trust. Let's dive right in and explore this roadmap in detail. The early access roadmap was published on the day of the release on July 18th, and just 4 days after that, we had another post with updated plans for the game. Bit strange, right? Let me tell you what probably happened. The way I see it, there are two very opposite ways of looking at the game right now. There are those who are having the time of their lives because they were craving for so long the Xenonauts 1 successor, and they have tons of suggestions and bug reports. And then there are the others, which are very much disappointed at what Xenonauts 2 is in 2023. I believe they wanted to just rush out this latest post just after the game went live in order to not only talk a little bit about how the release went, but also to address some of the bigger issues that a lot of players have vocally raised. You can find all the links for these pages that I'm showing in the video in the description below. Let's start with this updated plans post. If you're wondering what are these big issues I was talking about, they are pretty much all listed here. That's bugs and stability, game performance, and the long loading times, the new timed missions, similarities with Xenonauts 1, and finally, modding. Starting with this last one, there's not much to say about modding. It always has been a priority since day one, it's on the roadmap and is also now being addressed here. The great news about it is that Goldhawk Interactive is talking directly with the Community Edition team about the possibility of creating a standalone modding tool for the community. This would make the game much more accessible for anyone to modify, but also make it much faster for those who already have experience in modding. Win-win. Now on to the hottest topic, Xenonauts 1 versus Xenonauts 2. What's new? What changed? Is it worth it? If you want a proper introduction to this topic alone, I have a great Xenonauts 1 versus Xenonauts 2 video for you to watch. A lot of players are somewhat disappointed, and you can see that by looking at the game reviews. I am of the opinion it will be a huge improvement over its predecessor. On the other hand, I can understand that if you're looking for a finished, polished product, this is not it. The main takeaway here is that Xenonauts 2 development is not done, and if you ask me, it won't be finished in 9 months either. It's going to take some time, but eventually, I think it will become a superior game to the vast majority of players. Another hot topic? Timed missions. Yes! Some love it, some hate it. I've been very upfront about this specific change in my past monthly development update videos. I was never a fan of timed missions despite understanding that it adds something different to the game. It isn't a deal breaker for me, but for many others, it is. If you share this line of thoughts, then I have some very good news for you. They will add to the already very customizable campaign options, a way for you to adjust as you see fit. They say increasing up to 99 turns, which is basically the same as removing the time pressure completely. There's not much to say about bugs, stability and loading times. The latter was meant to be a part of the final development stretch where commonly occurs the optimization phase. Because there were a lot of complaints also targeting the immense time it takes to load anything, geoscape or ground battle. This has now also become a priority to be worked on soon. You are probably not aware, but since the game came out and up until the time of this video, I counted 9 patches to the game with multiple balance changes and bug fixes. If we take into consideration that there are only 2 programmers working, this is almost unbelievable and I tip my hat off to them. Well done, but please do try and get some sleep. This is going to be a marathon, it's not a sprint. That was it for the updated plans. Now let's take a look at the roadmap itself. It's more of a list of things yet to be done than it is a roadmap per se. I would have liked to have this list divided into different parts so that we at least know exactly what is being worked on next and which are the phases we could expect, but I guess that really narrows down the flexibility they could have. There are no dates and no timeline. We get a list of things for a potential time span of 9 months. That's it. My bet is that it's going to be highly dynamic, it will change a lot and priorities will shift. Hell, they already did 4 days after the release if we're being truly honest here. So what are we getting throughout early access development? We're getting additional tactical maps. These are different layouts of the existing biomes of the game, and no, the game does not have procedural map generation. Then a Soviet map biome, air combat revamp. I'd like them to expand a bit more on some of these because I don't really know what is included in a revamp. Air combat already changed a lot throughout closed beta. It's now different from what Xenonauts 1 offers, but apparently it will still be changed again and improved upon. The alien and civilian AI revamp. This is one that is easy to guess and thank God it's on this list. The current AI for civilians is somewhat bad and desperately needs a rework. Having civilians running into UFOs with bare hands makes absolutely no sense. I'd argue that the AI for aliens isn't the best either, since they very often display dumb behavior. As for different UFOs, we have the cruiser, harvester, and battleship to be added, and eventually the Operation Endgame and Ending cinematic. Because we currently already have a hard cap on the campaign and it isn't possible to finish, this is one, if not the reason for that. There are still a lot of things needed to be able to provide a full campaign run, and these are an integral part of it. We're going to get the ultimate dropship, ultimate armor, and ultimate interceptor added as well. As for the missing aliens, we'll have the Androns, Reaper Bull, and Eternal. Then alien psionics. There are already some psionics available in the current version for some of the aliens types, but not for all of them. Fusion weapons and hover tank. Rejoice those who love unmanned vehicles. Finally, we have mod tools, which we already addressed at the beginning of the video, a full screen borderless option, and community suggestions. Could not have asked for a better last item than this. My end of video question for you is, what do you think is missing on this roadmap? Let me know in a comment below. If you missed my Xenonauts 1 versus Xenonauts 2 video, it's now the time to go through it. I will continue to keep up with all Xenonauts 2 related developments, so you can expect to hear the latest about it here on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to stay in the loop. Thank you for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.